Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and today I bring you loot from 10 hours of killing Revenant Orks Scold. I will be starting this video with a Web Weaver bow risk, and I actually decided to risk it the whole entire 10 hours, so we'll see if I lose 13 mil in the process of killing these orcs. But deep down, you know, I'm hoping for some anti-PKs by bringing Vengeance and Claws, so hopefully we'll bait the PKer and surprise him. Right now, I hope to receive some rares from the orcs. I am really missing out on the crossbow drop as well as the Theroman Scepter. 70,000 plus kills in and still no luck with those two. There are a lot of rev bots here and a lot of gold farmers that camp in these normal worlds, so I'll probably be using a little bit of total level worlds, but as you can see, you know, just in the 2200 world to start off the intro, I got attacked. At this point, it was a little early on, you know, so I was not ready to use those dragon claws just yet, but we did manage to escape him, so that was good. Now, before we continue on with this exciting grind today, let's go ahead and enter the dark fantasy RPG of our sponsor, Bloodline, Heroes of Lithis. In this game, you can create your own unique legendary champions by combining bloodlines like elves, demons, demigods, orcs, dwarves, dragonborn, vampires, and more. With its innovative air system and breathtaking visuals, Bloodline takes RPGs and gacha gameplay to an entirely new level. Enter this fantasy world with visually stunning 3D realistic graphics where you can find yourself the best companions and raise heirs. Download the game now for free on both Android and iOS by using my link in the description below or scanning the QR code on screen here if you're viewing on a PC. And guys, right now is really the best time to get started so you can join the Luxus Tournament. This tournament is a competitive event where players deploy champions with the goal of winning battles and advancing through various stages. The top 64 players enter the knockout stage, followed by the final stage and grand finals. With its intricate rules and strategic gameplay, the Luxus Tournament offers an exciting and challenging experience for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Download the game now for free on both Android and iOS by using my link in the description, or you can scan the QR code here if you're viewing on a PC. Once you do this, you will receive a $20 valued starter pack that includes 1 summoning crystal, 100,000 gold, and 100 diamonds. And the first 30 players who leave their in-game account ID and username in the comments section below will receive a free Legendary Female Succubus Champion, the Luxuriant. A huge thank you to Bloodline for sponsoring today's video. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And we're back with the Revenant Orks for you guys today. There's the 10-hour timer. We have officially just started it. The only time I will be pausing the timer is if I encounter any boss spawns. I'll be pausing the timer then because it won't really be relating to the Revenant Orks at all. It'll just be some extra profit during the course of this 10 hour, and it does take some time to hunt down the boss and kill it successfully, and of course avoid PKers and all that. The Revenant Orks is a pretty quiet place in total level worlds. You don't really run into too many people, but you do tend to run into people at the boss. We have our first boss spawn here, and unfortunately my Dragon Claws did not work on this guy, nor did his God Sword work on me, but we had a few close calls during this encounter. Unfortunately, he did teleport away, but that wraps up our first inventory. It's good to know that there are some people here that we maybe are going to be able to kill. Really just focusing on actual PKers, though, not so much PBMers. But with everyone being Scold here, everyone's always risking something. Such as this guy who caught me off guard, and I was just panicking at this point. I wanted to go in for the spec, but I ended up going in for the poke, and yeah, that kind of made him teleport. Either way, it was a low spec, so I don't think we would have killed him, but I was definitely unprepared for that. So hopefully for the next one, we're more prepared, and hopefully we'll get the kill. That guy was definitely risking a decent amount, much more than this guy was. Just the rune kite shield here. You can never expect much with a rune kite. So close to killing him, but these Dragon Claws just don't make for a good weapon unless you're using the special attack. There we have 4 U seeds, which used to be a pretty good drop. They have gone down in price, but I will happily take them. And 58 minutes into our first hour, I got my first boss kills. So not only do we get an extra 500k, but we are now surged up for a good 20 minutes, and I'll be getting more DPS with my Web Weaver bow. We are now 1 hour into the 10-hour grind. Today I was able to get 195 kills with 3.2 mil just in Revenant Ork loot, and then an extra 500k from the boss, so it's about a 3.7 mil hour. 195 kills is definitely pushing it though. The average for this whole 10 hour was 180 kills an hour. We got exactly 1800 kills in this 10 hour, and these looting bags are just incredible. Using total level worlds and not running into any PKers means that you can almost always have 1 million GP minimum in your looting bag, which I managed for the whole second hour, finishing up 2 hours in, and a 2 million GP loot bag to go along with that. It was really dead at this point in time because it was like 5:30 in the morning. Coming up on another boss kill, I only ever used the spec at the very end just in case a PKer was to show up, but we did get an ancient totem and more surge. So not only are we making extra money, that's another 1 million GP, but that surge means we get more kills an hour because we're hitting higher. So yeah, it's just going to add on to the GP per hour. Another dragon plate skirt drop, following that a dragon plate leg, and since I'm using this Avarice amulet, everything that wouldn't have been noted is noted. Amazing perk here at the Revenants, and that leads us on to 4 hours into the video so far. We have 6 hours left to go. We've gotten a few boss kills, gotten quite a few Revenants killed, and we got our first rare, ladies and gentlemen. As I'm recording this clip, this almost never happens. You guys got to witness a live drop, and it's the best statue that you can get from any Revenant, which is the Ancient Relic. 16 million GP if we were to trade that to the emblem buyer, and not only that, we have gotten an incredible looting bag to go along with it. And looking at our collection log, that is our 4th Ancient Relic. We have really good luck with that statue compared to the other lower valued ones, so that just instantly brings a smile to my face. That's instant profit for this video, and if I happen to die, that'll cover the cost of a web weaver bow, so it's a win-win all around. And that guy wanted to be in the video, so shout out to him. Although he wanted to be in the video, he didn't help me with the kill. Cost me quite a few supplies there, but we did get 500k. Nice ancient emblem, and unfortunately we got a full telly block right after that. This PKer was probably scouting me while I was killing the boss, and it's all good to be attacked, but to tank a 5-minute telly block when you're 0 run energy the whole time, that is definitely, yeah, it's a little more difficult than most fights I encounter. So this guy was off the wall, just really good at clicking. According to him, he's a mobile player, and even if he's not, my 0 energy was not helping. So yeah, I was just trying my best to survive here. You can never give up in these situations, no matter how sticky they may be and how low you may be on supplies. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out fighting, so let's go in for that final claw spec. Maybe we'll get some intimidation factor going, or the kill itself. And we didn't get the kill, but we got the intimidation. He ended up teleporting. Here I am leaking the title of this video, but no, not really. There's a 1 million totem drop, and this brings us into the halfway point of the video. It's nice to receive an ancient totem from the actual orc instead of the boss. That is our second statue, first being the relic, and now the totem, so the profit's adding up, and the PKers are coming back. We have another fight here, about, what is this, 3 or 4 fights in the last 5 hours. Not too many, but not too bad at the same time. We still haven't died, which is a miracle in itself. So let's try to get this kill. The first couple claw specs not really working out too well for me, and now that I'm 10% spec, I have to drag out this fight until I get 50, which was not easy, but we actually pulled it off. And finally the third claw spec worked out with the beautiful timing of the vengeance and all that. It was awesome. We literally went through every single supply there, and we made it happen. 3 million GP. It's quite a nice loot. It's not the one that I'm looking for. I want to see something bigger, you know, 10, 20, 30 mil even. That's the kind of PK I want to see, but hey, it's better than dying, and it's an additional 3 mil to the price check, so I will happily take it. Looks like this guy's still upset about the bull work, but it is what it is. Here we are, 1,000 kills into the video. Let's see how long we've been going so far out of the 10-hour today. About 5 hours and 30 minutes in. Here's the overall RuneLite loot tracker. About 38 million GP has been made so far, and I always like to take the ether from my bracelets and use it back on my bow, so that way I save all my ether and I end up not using nearly as much. Well, I was not expecting that. That is our 4th Vigora's chain mace. And yeah, it's like very, very rare here. So I was not expecting to get a 4th one. I was really going for the crossbow or the scepter, as you can see here on the collection log. But yeah, nearing 75,000 kills, and that is our 4th Vigora's mace. I'm okay with that. It's an extra 4 mil to the price check, but it's not as expensive as the web weaver, and it's not needed for the collection logs. So it's kind of a love and hate relationship. Well, at this point, we have had 2 massive drops. I think the only thing missing is a massive PK, and what do we have here? It's a max mage. I told you guys in the beginning, I'm risking this web weaver in honor of the dragon claws to be my special attack weapon. We need these to pull off a bigger spec now than they ever have before. Patience is key. It's been 45 seconds, but the time to strike is right now. Vengeance combo into the dragon claw spec. He's on the run, 1 and now 2, and we finished him. Ladies and gentlemen, we have downed the max major. 253 million GP. Oh man, let's just take a moment for that. That is just incredible. Now the real question is, can we go 2 for 2? We have another max PKer. This one's a little bit different with their setup, but they have the Fang, they have the Void Waker, and they are doing some damage on me. I think we're gonna go in for the claw spec soon, but I need their HP to be a little bit lower. I couldn't seem to get it there. I ended up running all the way back to Edgeville because of, you know, I failed pretty badly. 6 hours into today's video, 4 hours left. We have a guy that's like a max tank that could have died on that claw spec, but, well, he's a max tank, you know, he's got such good armor on. There's the guy that I killed. Yeah, he tried to teleblock me, but I got out in time. I didn't want round 2. You know, he was wearing Elite Void this time, so who needs that kill, right? Well, we got another max Bofa coming in, and we got to go for that claw spec. All zeros, unfortunately, and I forgot my anti-venom, so this one's looking a little bit rough. Misclicked on the range pot, and there is a death, unfortunately, but you know, these deaths do happen. That was about a 13 mil loss, so yeah, it's unfortunate, but you guys have to remember we are still up on the profit by quite a lot, so I can take that web weaver bow loss. It was you know, at least we tried to get a kill there. We already made 1 million GP back from killing the boss right after that, so that's a nice totem drop. I will take it. Well, here we have another fight, and it looks like it's close on both sides. Unfortunately for me, I panicked a little too hard, and I just didn't go in for the claw spec as I should have, and their HP was so low, so it'll be a while before I forgive myself for that. But yeah, that PKer was targeting the 2200 worlds, and I did want a rematch, no doubt about it, but I could not find them. Either way, though, it's another web weaver bow loss, but the potential there was so huge for another massive PK. But you win some and you lose some, and that's just the wilderness if you're me. We are now 7 hours into the video, 2 deaths and 2 PKs, so not too bad. You know, we're on a pretty good average there. We just want to make sure what we get when we PK someone is a lot more than what we lose when we die to someone. But there's a quick little claw rush there during the boss kill. It is pretty unfortunate timing to get attacked, but I've been there, you know, so it's just hard. You got to be on the lookout. 800k from that guy, though. I'll happily take that. Well, my method of madness works half the time with these claws. Let's see if it can work this time. We're just going to really wait for him to be a little bit lower HP, and hopefully he'll keep that smite on and we can get a good venge stack with a claw spec at the same time. Our crossbow is hitting pretty decent here, so we just need a good venge and a good spec, and there we go. That was actually pretty quick. It worked out well, and wow, I'm just stunned. I mean, I never really thought of the whole vengeance and claw spec at the same time combination. I don't know why all these years it took me to learn this way, but yeah, 7 mil PK. That guy also had a dragon spear. I don't respect that. He could have lured me with that, but either way, we got a beautiful kill from him, and now we ran into a very nice looking beaver pet from this next max PK. As me and this guy were discussing his pet, I went in for the claw spec. Unfortunately, I failed, but we're on a half TB, so either way, if these claw specs don't work out, we can still probably get away from this. Half TBs are easy to tank compared to full ones, and he actually did manage to re-TB me, but I got away. So with that being said, we have another boss kill coming up, an extra 1 million GP, and we are now surged up for another 20 minutes, so I'll take it. And now we have a Voider. Don't really run into too many Voiders at this level, but we had a really big claw spec on him. Wasn't really too intimidated by this guy, although he did have a Void Waker and an AGS, and he almost killed me quite a few times, so I was fortunate enough to get the teleport in time, but I stayed until the very end of the tele block, and I am thankful that I did not die there. 8 hours into today's video, 2 hours left to go. How you guys liking this video so far? It's pretty crazy, right? I mean, the amount of excitement that you can get at Revenants, you just can't put a price on it, especially using these total level worlds, getting all the privacy in the world, and also running into a PKer every few hours, so it's not too much, it's not too little. Yeah, it's just awesome. And the main reason I don't use any other worlds is that just experiencing revs for so many years now, it's just filled with gold farmers, and I have nothing against those guys, but the fact is there's 2 in every single normal world at the Revenant Orks, and it's just unbearable to try and compete with that, so I stick with the totals these days. Alright, I switched to the Void Waker. Let's go. 57 spec. We didn't get the KO. I got a little too excited there, and I double spec'd during the boss fight. This is instant karma for me if I get killed, and it's karma. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know how much that guy was risking. I imagine probably like 30 mil, but he did get me. I did not get get him. Certainly not the greatest way to end the video, but that's how Revenants is, so it's a pretty good representation. Ladies and gentlemen, loot from 10 hours of Revenant Orks has been completed. We have gotten some incredible anti-PKs, we died 3 times, and I managed to kill 1,800 Revenant Orks, and also 6 of the Revenant boss, so pretty good profit overall. We're looking at 58 mil just from the Orks, and then 5 mil from the boss kills for a grand total of 63 million GP, which is over 6 mil an hour in this 10-hour video. To save video time, I'm not going to do the in-depth price check since RuneLite already took care of that, but just to show a couple of the really awesome uniques in the inventory there is what I did. And looking at the loot chests, we have 5 of them. Looks like I got 267 mil from 5 different PKs. I believe the first one was 250 and the second biggest one was 7 mil, so just a couple other mils other than that. Really incredible. What can I say? My biggest PK before this was exactly 100 mil. Now it's 150 mil more than that. So overall, the math comes out to be 330 mil made total from 10 hours of Revenant Orks. 3 deaths cost me about 33 mil, so that with supply costs means we got about 297 mil profit from this one. I still need the crossbow and the scepter for the collection log to be completed, so I am really looking forward to my next Revenant grind, and I hope you are too. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, guys, and I really appreciate your loyalty and all of the support you give me. If you want to go ahead and support the channel further, feel free to check out the description and download the Bloodline sponsor for today, or simply scan the QR code on screen here. It really goes a far way in helping the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So with that being said, a huge thank you to all of the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to Deception Z, XXotic X, Angel's Blood, and of course, Necro Fear. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. No Sleep out.